This is Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in the San Gabriel Valley. And guess who we're interviewing? The mayor of San Gabriel. He is Chin-Ho Liao, and I'm so glad for you to join us today. Tell us a bit about San Gabriel.
Hi, Brad. My name is Chin-Ho Liao. I'm the mayor, and so nice to see you.
For
you
sure.
look much nicer than on TV, I tell you.
I try.
But San Gabriel is a thriving city.
Right.
It's a small city. We only have 40,000 population and 4 square miles, but we're doing very well.
And what many Angelenos or Californians may not know is that without San Gabriel, there's no Los Angeles.
That's correct.
Tell us why.
So since, 1771, Father Sarah and came to California. He stopped at San Gabriel and he said, well, this is a perfect place for a mission.
Right.
So he built the mission, and actually that is the birthplace of Los Angeles.
Right, because at that mission were the pobladores.
That's correct.
And they marched to
downtown Olvera Street every year. So we're going to do this this September also.
Which is really exciting.
Yes.
I know that you're hoping your roads are not from 1771. Sometimes they may feel like they are, of course. But let's talk about roads, because the situation is not unique to San Gabriel. There is a problem with roads and bridges throughout the state.
Exactly.
Give us a sense of the problem.
All right. So we have about 80 lane miles, and to fix all these streets, it's going to take $50 million.
That's just in San Gabriel.
Just in
good old San Gabriel.
But California, if we don't do anything in the next 10 years, 25% of California streets will be failed.
I learned that California's roads are in such serious shape that for state highways, state roads, we need $59 billion.
Right.
For city and county roads, we need $78 billion.
That's correct. Yes.
And not much is happening in Sacramento on this front, at least that's what I hear.
Well, there is. There is a bill by Senator Bell, and he's going to bring in $7 billion every year, but also Governor Brown's proposal, and that will bring in about $3.6 billion every year.
But we're waiting for those proposals and bills to go through, but I don't mean to bash Sacramento. God bless all 120 of our state legislators, as well as the good governor. But often what will happen is that counties will be looking for ways to obtain money for transportation projects.
That's correct.
And what they'll do is they'll become what's known as a self-help county.
Right.
And the way that works is they will pass a tax, ask the voters to accept an increase in sales tax, for example. And once that happens, they can then turn to Sacramento or Washington and get matching funds. So Los Angeles is a self-help county.
Yes.
Measure R passed in 2008, and Measure R has helped San Gabriel.
Of course. Just recently we started fixing one of our arterial. It's called Delmar Avenue. If you see you can see it from Freeway 10.
Right.
And there's a couple lane exit on Delmar. And that street hasn't been paid for a long, long time. And, people just complain to me every day. And we got to do something. So we use Major R funding. We borrow $3.8 million from California Infrastructure Bank.
How were you able to do that? Explain how Measure R allowed you to borrow that money.
Right. So let me explain. In the beginning, we thought, well, we can borrow more, actually $8 million. Right. And we're going to use the gas tax and also the Major R funding.
Right.
But there's a problem using gas tax, because you cannot use that to borrow money, because that's a specific restricted funding.
And the gas tax the money received through the gas
Yes.
tax is going down
Oh, of
because
course. Yeah.
gas prices
Right
are
now.
dropping, fewer vehicles on the roads
Right.
that are
Right.
fully gas guzzling, I guess you could say.
That's
We have
right.
hybrids and electric vehicles.
Right. So, state of California is looking different source of funding. Maybe it's called road charge.
Right.
Every mile you pay a fee. But so we cannot use the gas tax to borrow money. So that's the problem. So we only use major R, and that's all can borrow is $3.8 million. But it's perfect for Del Mar Avenue.
So we're looking towards November of 2016, and we have what's known as R2.
Yes.
Could R2 benefit San Gabriel? R2, of course, would extend the Measure R sales tax for another 30 or 40 years.
40 years.
And I'm wondering how that might benefit San Gabriel or the region generally.
Yeah. Because when I came over here, the traffic is horrible,
Right.
the freeway is congested, so we got to do something. So I think it's a good idea that we're going to bring in additional major R funding to alleviate all these traffic congestion. For San Gabriel, we need funding to fix the streets.
Right.
So I asked for more local return, and they increased 1%.
Which is good. So,
From 16% to 17%.
well, but Measure R2 is expected to bring in $120 billion.
Yes.
And as I understand it, the San Gabriel Valley felt a bit slighted in 2012 when they tried to extend Measure R with Measure J, and Measure J just lost by a hair. Some felt it was maybe because San Gabriel Valley felt slighted.
Right.
So this time around, San Gabriel Valley is at the table.
Yes.
And do you feel as if you've been well treated in terms of Measure R2 funding?
Well, actually, of course, there always complaints,
Right.
but this time,
Decent compromise.
Yes, I think they pay a little bit attention to us, and they try to bring in more light rails, and
Right.
and so St. Gabriel like to have more local funding because
Right.
we need to fix our streets.
What I love about San Gabriel is its tremendous ethnic diversity.
Yes.
And that ethnic diversity is especially prominent in Asian American communities. As I understand it, San Gabriel, the city, has over 50% of its residents of Asian descent.
That's
Mostly
correct.
Chinese or Taiwanese.
Chinese, Taiwanese, and Hong Kongese.
And San Gabriel got smart.
Right.
And many of the Asian American residents may be Chinese or Mandarin dominant. And so you decided to go to them where they are on the internet. Where are they on the internet?
Well, there are on internet. We used to have a city website in Chinese. It's called Weibo. But internet, you got to have a computer, and it's not
Right.
as efficient.
Okay.
And right now it's called WeChat.
Okay.
And WeChat's been used by 765 million people every single day.
And what is it?
It's social media. So it's like Instagram.
But is it, are its main clients customers of Asian descent?
I would say so.
So
a lot
that's
of
why
them-
you feel as if in San
yeah.
Gabriel it's important that, again, you go where the residents are. And they're on
Exactly.
WeChat.
Right.
They're not on Instagram.
Instead of we ask them to come to us, no, we go to them, and we use their language, and I would say they're comfortable with
No,
that
look,
language.
I mean, the
Yes.
reality is this is a melting pot.
Yeah.
And people speak different languages, they have different backgrounds, but they're still living in our country. They're still citizens,
right.
many of them. And so it's important.
Well, I would say majority
Yeah,
of them.
that we speak
Yes.
to them so they can be active participants in our society.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for joining us. You know I love your city. I love the mission. I love the food. It's just a great place. His name is Jin Ho Liao. He is the mayor of the beautiful city of San Gabriel. I'm sure he'll be back on our program. From the San Gabriel Valley, I'm Brad Pomerance, Charter Local Edition.